Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name's Hannah, and today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different than I normally would. So back before I started my YouTube channel, I came up with this concept of myths and makeup. The idea being that I would sit and do my makeup and talk about a myth in a really sort of chilled, chatty way, kind of like a get ready with me, but get classical with me. I didn't want to start off with it because I wasn't really sure how it would be received, but one of my other passions as well as classics is makeup, and I love doing my makeup. I'm very aware that I'm not a professional, so don't take this as a tutorial. It's just a chatty video of me getting ready and talking about mythology. Okay, so for the first episode of Myths and Makeup, I'm going to be talking about the Judgement of Paris. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's get on to the video. Okay, so first I'm going to go in with my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. Okay, so the story starts on Mount Olympus, where Zeus, the king of the gods, was throwing a party for the wedding of Peleus and Thetis. Now, these were the parents of the mythological Iliadic hero Achilles. So they invited all the gods and goddesses and the nymphs except for Eris. Now, this was a very deliberate misinvitation because Eris was the goddess of discord. This meant that she would cause drama and chaos wherever she went, and obviously they didn't want that at the wedding. So Eris wasn't very happy when she saw that everybody was at a party, so she quite literally crashed the wedding. Glad I crashed the wedding. So when Eris turned up at the wedding, she brought with her a golden apple. Now, this wasn't just any old apple. This apple had the words inscribed on it, "For the fairest." So I've just got my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now, the three goddesses who claimed the apple was for them was Aphrodite, the goddess of love, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Hera, the goddess of marriage and the wife of Zeus. Obviously, these three goddesses could not decide between themselves who was the fairest of them all, and they went to Zeus. Now, Zeus didn't want to make this decision. He didn't want to annoy his wife or piss off the other goddesses, so he defaulted his decision-making to a mere mortal, Q Paris. Now, first, a little bit of a backstory to Paris of Troy. So the king and queen of Troy were called Priam and Hecuba. Now, when Hecuba was pregnant with Paris, she had a nightmare or a dream where she imagined that she'd given birth to like a flaming torch. And King Priam was a very religious, very pious man who was very fearful of the gods, and he took this as a bad omen. When his son was born, they decided to expose him on a mountain. This was relatively commonplace in the ancient Greek world, not to the extent that people imagine it today. It's a bit of a misconception, but generally with sickly children. But in mythology, it often happens when there's a bad omen surrounding that individual. So they left this child exposed on the mountain to die. Newsflash, he didn't die. So instead, Paris was found by a shepherd and raised as a shepherd's son. He ended up marrying, and he didn't actually know his true identity as a prince of Troy. I'm just going to add some Too Faced lip injection, and for bronzer I have the Beauty Crop bronzing palette. Okay, so back to the story. So Hermes went and found Paris, who was tending to his flock on the mountainside, and he basically said to him, "Paris, Zeus wants you to make a decision that he basically doesn't want to do, so would you come and judge which goddess is the fairest?" Now, Paris being a player, he was like, without a doubt, he's like, yep, I want to go and judge these women. So basically what happened is the three goddesses lined up in a row and said that if Paris gave them the apple, then they would give him a gift in return. So Hera went first, and she's told Paris that she would make him the richest man in all of Europe and Asia. Now next went Athena, and she told him that she would grant him to be the wisest man in the world and the bravest man in the world. Obviously this is pretty appealing, but if you've seen the Troy movie or you've actually read the Iliad, you'll know that Paris is not actually that brave and he's a bit of a wuss. Just saying, maybe you should have taken this one. So my blush is this heart-shaped, two-faced love blush, which is very fitting considering we're about to talk about Aphrodite. Now Aphrodite said that if he gave her the golden apple, that she would grant him the most beautiful woman in the world to be his wife. Now, as I previously mentioned, Paris already had a wife, but he's a player and he went for it. So I've just got the Beauty Crop highlighter palette here. So basically Aphrodite was super stoked that she was the most beautiful goddess of them all, and she kept her promise. So at this point the decision had been made, and Paris was going to Troy to partake in the annual games held by the king, who obviously he didn't know was his father. Now Paris was very talented, he was very strong and physically able, which to me sounds a little bit unrealistic. So his success in the games apparently angered the Trojan princes. And and this is just the NYX eyebrow pencil. Cue Cassandra. Now Cassandra was a princess of Troy. She was the daughter of Hecuba and Priam, and she was gifted with seeing the future, but cursed with the fact that no one would believe her when she prophesied. I think that's a topic for another video, potentially, so let me know down below if you want to hear about Cassandra. Now, Cassandra stepped in and yelled at her brothers that they cannot kill their own brother. The Trojan princes were shocked and they turned to King Priam, who was overjoyed at the realization that his son was well and alive. So I'm just going for a very natural look. This is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I don't even think they make this anymore, but I'm just taking the second colour in. So I've just gone ahead and used my NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Brown Eyeliner just to do a little bit of a cat eye, but I'm not wearing a lot of makeup because I just don't really fancy doing something complicated, and frankly the story isn't long enough for me to do a proper eye makeup look. For mascara, I'm using the Extra 3D Lash from Rimmel. I just got this as a freebie in a Boots order, but it's actually pretty good. So essentially what happens next is that King Priam was so overjoyed of the return of his son that he sent him on a special mission to Greece. Obviously this is where it goes pear-shaped. So if you've seen the movie version of Troy, you'll know that at the beginning Paris and Hector are at a huge party at the sort of court of King Menelaus of Sparta, who is the husband of Helen of Sparta. I don't know this part of the story that well to sort of explain it, but Hector and Paris went to Sparta on behalf of their father. Now before they went, Cassandra supposedly prophesied that this would cause a lot of issues for the city and it would actually cause its downfall. But as she was cursed, no one believed her. So this part of the myth is a bit blurry depending on each version again, because that's the thing with myths, is they are stories that have been told down generations. That Paris saw Helen, and obviously Aphrodite had promised Helen to him, and he took what he thought was his. Now whether or not you believe that Helen went willingly or not is a bit of a personal decision you have to make. For me, I personally believe that she definitely would not have gone willingly. And by the way, I'm just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Crush and the gloss in the shade Bella. And as the story goes, Helen goes back to Troy with Paris and Hector and causes the Trojan War. Finally, I'm just gonna go in with this Beauty Crop Cocoa Rosé Mist. And there you have it. That is the story of the Judgement of Paris and the abduction of Helen of Sparta, who became Helen of Troy. And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you want me to make more makeup and myth videos, if you like this layout, and if you do want me to make more of these, then please let me know down below any ideas or any myths that you would like me to talk about. I'm pretty happy with the way this look turned out. I feel like this is a very wearable look, maybe to online uni, if you're trying to impress anyone in your seminars. Please don't forget to like this video, comment and subscribe to my channel. I mentioned on my Instagram a few days ago that once we hit 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway, so please help me reach that goal and stay tuned. Alright, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!